This is a special request to Krystian. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. This is a thank you for the donation you gave to me over 2 years ago. I am so sorry I'm getting it to you so late, but this is your requested reading of the Friday exhibition from the Cool War canon on the SCP Foundation wiki. Here we go. What? Joey, why is there a pile of corpses here? I don't know. None of us were doing this. Arcel tentatively poked at one of the bodies. Pretty fucking metal. Well, yeah, but it's not really that clever. So, what? Get rid of them? Nah, someone was working on this. We censor it, we're as bad as the man. Yeah, but at least, chuck a blanket over them or something, right? No, we work around the corpse pile. Fine, whatever. Arcel taped ash from the end of her joint onto the pile. Artists were still setting up their pieces in the series of courtyards and alleyways. Joey and Arcel walked over to Overgang's collection of CRT screens and buzzing computer towers. Joey, Arcel, shouldn't you guys be getting ready? I've got the food sitting on the tables already. Arcel's waiting on Hero. Ah, cool. Hey, Joey, take a look at this. Whipped it up last night. Thought I needed something new. Overgang tapped a few buttons on a mechanical keyboard, triumphantly hitting the enter key. All screens display the same text. To Joey, who taught me how to be cool, and Overgang, who almost made it out. Joey, as in me? Well, yeah, it only says my name there since I was the one who played it last. I'm flattered. What does it do? Keep watching. A scene appeared of an old oil tanker, a pixelated captain watching out as birds flew across a deep red sunset. Words scrolled up the screen saying, "The Book of Tamlin." Quick pause. Is this where the Book of Tamlin comes from? Neat. Back to the reading. Damn. Is everything in this game named after me? Well, no, not unless you're the one looking at it. The name syncs to the player's surname at startup. It was the Book of Dude when I played it before. So, what does it do? Play it and find out. Dude, I don't have time. Just tell me. I'll play it tonight. Spoil sport. It runs through your memories, procedurally generates your life story, and lets you replay through key points. Sounds cool. It is cool. Still getting a few more things ready, making sure that these things aren't going to explode. Is that likely? Overgang shrugged, noncommittally. Not really, but you fuck around with computers as much as this thing does, you make sure you're ready for anything. How's everybody else doing? Well, Nibman's got his books up and running. Literally, his books are running all over the place, screaming out, "Snape killed Dumbledore!" Stuff like that. He was building a tower of cards when we left. I don't know if that's actually going to be something, or if he was just bored. Arcel interjected. I think those cards were just boredom, yeah. Nate and Kyle brought along Miley, too. Miley? Yeah, you know Miley from the thing in Alaska? Oh, okay, that Miley. Yeah, what are they working on? I actually have no idea. They're hammering nails into the ground and wrapping a bunch of string around them, like one of those kiddie craft projects. Intriguing. Oh, can you give this to FTF when you see them? Candace asked me for some new synths, and I had a bunch lying around from years ago. Can do. See you tonight, dude. Arcel took the CD case and shoved it into her back pocket, then walked along the sidewalk with Joey. So, where to next? Well, I think FTF's setting up in the south courtyard. Let's meander that way. Meander? Joey, I love it when you use esoteric vernacular. The pair continued meandering. People were busy smearing posters all over the walls, twisting space through impossible structures. It was indeed a wretched hive of scum and artistry. I gotta find out who wrote this when I'm done. This is good. They were blocked by a giant crate being wheeled towards them, forcing to sidle along the wall. When they passed, they saw the person who had been moving it, a squirrel girl, wearing a black dress and carrying a similarly black parasol. She cheerily waved to the pair. Joey! A-hole! How's it going? Joey grinned back. Rita! Oh, we're good. What's in the crate? It's bits and bobs, this and that. Mostly spiders. Arcel moved back from the crate, hearing scuttling inside. And what will you be doing with your spiders, exactly? They do tricks. They're trick spiders. Well, I've not seen trick spiders before. Neither have I. They're invisible, too. Oh, okay then. No good place to set them up? Joey scratched his chin. I think the west courtyard's pretty free right now. Just take a left through here. Thanks, Joey. Come check it out tonight, okay? Sure thing. They walked away, the clattering sound of Rita's crate fading behind them. Arcel, are you scared of spiders? A bit. Creepy little fuckers sticking webs everywhere. They're gross. They are a bit gross. My uncle had this shed just filled with them. Whenever I went out there, Arcel's phone buzzed in her pocket. She pulled out the banged up Nokia and read the note on screen. Oh, alright. Hero's here. We gotta set up. Here's the disc or whatever. See you tonight. Cool. See you. Arcel passed Joey the CD case, skipping off into the distance. Joey walked out into the south courtyard and was bombarded with the wall of sound. The members of the Funtari Tit Whore Fiasco had just finished their underground hit single, Stereo Shenanigans and Binaural Bullshit, lapsing into the newly released Laser Butt Disease Rapture Orgy. Lasers shoot into the sky, farting is a way to fly. Raptors fuck, they don't ask why. Clever girl, it's time to die. Your disease is my desire. Lasers refract and start a fire. Within the feeble raptor heart, shoot a laser, release a fart. Endless cravings, help me please. I've caught laser butt disease. Raptor butts light up the trees. What if everything is bees? The raptors all retract their claws. Raptor orgy takes a pause. They release that they have contracted a serious disease, and all concur the best course of action is to seek urgent medical attention. The rhythm break. The rhythm break. I'm going to lose my mind over the rhythm break. As raptors approach an alchemist, he diagnoses them with laser butt disease. They ask, how did you know we had laser butt disease? He says it is because he is a medical expert and has been educated in Cambridge. How could the first two stanzas have a good rhythm and the rest of it? I applaud this. Unfortunately, he did not know how to cure laser butt disease, and they all failed to find a sufficiently experienced physician or doctor. As such, laser butt disease rapture orgy continued until the end of the Cretaceous period, and that was how the dinosaurs went extinct. This is a mistake, but it's too late now. The scattered artists in the courtyard applauded the performance. The three girls on stage bowed in unison. The singer high-fived the keyboardist and guitarist, then jumped from the elevated stage and walked over to Joey. Her vibrantly dyed green hair shimmered as she moved. Joey! Annie! Did you like the song? Yeah, it was pretty cool. Catchy, too. That is a lie. That is a straight-up lie. That song is not that catchy. Maybe like the first two stanzas are catchy, but you know what? I'll let the story pass. I wrote the lyrics for this one. Good job. Hey, Overgang gave me this. I think he said Candace wanted it. New synth settings or something. Joey offered Annie the CD case. Oi! Candace! Heads up! Annie pulled the CD from the case and threw it discus-like to the girl sitting at the keyboard, who plucked it from the air and placed it in the laptop next to her. Cheers! Tell Overgang thanks for me. Joey frowned at Annie. You could have broken it, but I didn't. All ready for tonight? Yeah, I think so. Everyone seems to be going well. Should be a night to remember. Right. Still no sign from any of the people? Nope. If they're turning up at all, they'll probably just charge in tonight. Charge in. You make it sound like a war or something. Well, it kind of is. The war of who's cooler. The cool war. TM. Joey looked up to the skies and slowly turned from blue into orange. That's stupid. Forget I said that. Tangerine was sitting in front of his completed work, distributing business cards to passers-by who seemed interested. Agent Green approached him, clearly uncomfortable in a blue hoodie and sweatpants. Tangerine jumped on the chance to show off his finished product. Greetings, person I've never seen before in my life. Like the piece? He avidly gestured toward the slowly shifting wall. It was covered in aluminum foil, which had been treated with a heat and pressure-sensitive coating. The wall undulated and changed colors, sparkling with iridescent and entrancing hues. Occasionally, the foil bent slightly outwards, as though something was trying to break out from the other side. Agent Green, as much as he hated himself for it, could not hold back a smile. It looks great. Artists I've never met before in my life. So, seen anything else of interest tonight? 2 people were standing in the west courtyard, a sculptor and a builder, it seemed. I've heard there was also a local composer around here somewhere. Yeah, I've seen a painter moving around. One of his pieces went up over there. Tangerine gestured to the opposite wall, covered in adverts for various pieces on display that night, along with prices and disparaging comments on how derivative they were. It drew some attention, but most artists actively ignored the piece. I don't suppose you've seen a janitor around? Dude, we're outside. Why would there be a janitor here? Green scowled. Have you? I've not, no. Though the best janitors remain unseen by the other employees. Indeed. Tangerine offered a card to Green, who took it and placed it in his pocket. How long have you been sitting here, then? About 3 hours. See in the corpse pile? Yeah, nobody saw the artist that put it there. Pfft. Artist. Tangerine lowered his voice. Taking samples. Prints in here. Results? None in the database. Shit. Yeah. What's her backup like? 30 on patrol. Skeleton crew? Guys upstairs are crossing their fingers. Hey, Tan! Joey ran up Tangerine, offering a platter of chopped fruits. Here, try a slice of banana. People are going crazy over them. Tangerine took a piece and stuck it in his mouth. Joey turned to Agent Green, who was fighting to keep a natural expression. You can have some too, of course, sir. Thanks. Agent Green picked up a slice of banana, feigning placing it in his mouth, and palmed it. He imitated chewing and swallowing, slipping the banana into his pocket as he did. He smiled and thought of the taste of bananas. What's the taste of banana? Krystian, I'm so sorry I'm interrupting so much. This is just a really good story. Delicious. They taste very... Tangerine panicked as he chewed his slice, realizing Green's mistake. You really got the lemon flavor spot on, Joey. Green froze up, noticing his error. Joey seemed oblivious. Thanks. I've had to go buy more bananas 3 times tonight. See you later. See ya. Green looked at the mildly bemused Tangerine. Shut up. I didn't say anything. Whatever. I'll see you later. Still haven't found the north alleyways. Green started to walk off, but then stopped. Someone was crouched in front of the painter's advertisement with a stencil and a set of spray paint cans dangling around his belt. He placed the stencil against the wall and it began to shift, the outline changing shape at a thought. The figure grabbed a spray can from his belt, evenly covered the stencil, and then ran off into the crowd. The wet paint covered the price tags and scathing remarks with encouraging critiques, and placed a stenciled audience cheering on the bottom of the wall. The style looked vaguely familiar. Green turned back to the grinning Tangerine. Was that? Well, he was in town. The builder and the sculptor were standing in the west courtyard. So Rob was out doing his thing. Snipers dumped his corpses here and fucked off. Sam's giving me a tape, so he doesn't even need to be here. I got my van filled up with a few doppelgangers, and you're... What? The builder continued whispering to his handful of building seeds, ignoring the question. Fucking hell, this should have been done a half hour ago. I'm letting out my stuff. I'll be out in a few minutes. The sculptor walked further west, exiting onto the road. His van was rattling in a car park on the opposite side. Cautiously, he jogged across the street, with a little traffic to get in his way. He fiddled with his keys and opened the back door of his van. 7 pair of dull eyes stared at the sudden movement. At least you fuckers know how to follow the directions. Get out, go that way, and find the person who looks like you. Claim you're the original and beat the shit out of them. Got it? The duplicates nodded and then jumped from the van. They charged mindlessly across the road with any sense of self-preservation. One jumped directly in front of the car and, illusion broken, fell into chunks of raw clay. Well, fuck. Felix walked casually through the crowd, adjusting his beret. A small face-painting stall was attracting attention. Felix looked left and right, remembering the joy of creation. Hundreds of grinning faces were all around him. This was what it was all about, he thought. This was true art. He came across the pile of corpses and shook his head disapprovingly. Ladies and gentlemen, that song was Please Don't Stop Singing This Song. I'm an entity that lives inside of sound waves, and if you do, I'll die. Oh God, please no. And I hope you all enjoyed it. For our next song, we're going to hold it right there. And he looked up from a microphone into the crowd. 3 people had barged in and were forcing their way through the mosh pit. They crawled up onto the stage. The band members looked at each other before Annie asked the question in all their minds. Are you evil robots? Us? Duplicates looked at each other, shared some hushed whispers, and then Annie Duplicate provided a response. No? Are you evil robot? Us? No. Who are you? We're Funtari Tithor Fiasco. The crowd looked at each other, unsure of if this was a scripted event, but we're Funtari Tithor Fiasco. Okay, fine. You're Funtari Tithor Fiasco. If I have to say this band name one more time, I'm going to lose it. This is too funny. The duplicates looked puzzled. Well, okay then. Do you want our instruments? Yes. Thank you. The duplicates awkwardly took over from the originals, who walked to the side off the stage and anticipated the next development. Well, like we said, we're Funtari Tithor Fiasco, and, please hang on. The duplicates huddled together, uncertain of what to do next. The duplicate Candace turned and walked over to the original. Yes? I don't know how to play the keyboard. I got told that's what I do, but nobody told me how to actually do it. The original Candace stifled a giggle. The third member of the band, Pris, approached her duplicate. Do you need me to teach you how to play the guitar? Yes, please. If you can, thank you. The duplicate Annie suddenly remembered their instructions. Hang on, weren't we supposed to, what do you say, beat the shit out of them? The original Annie interjected, why would you beat the shit out of us? We got told to. Do you actually want to beat the shit out of us? Not really. We're supposed to just be like you? Well, you certainly look like us at least. Where are you from? I don't know. We woke up in a van. Huh. Nothing before that? No. Dang. Well, you seem nice enough, not evil robot us. You seem nice too. I don't want to beat the shit out of you anymore. Please tell me not to. What? We need to be told what to do. Oh. Don't beat the shit out of us? The duplicates breathed a collective sigh. Thank you. Furthermore, I absolutely order all of you to not follow any order from anyone from now on unless you want to. The crowd went wild. Thank you so much. Alright, first of all, we're going to need a way to tell us apart. Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, can I borrow some hats from any of you? The sculptor felt like he had forgotten something. It was probably fine. He'd had to rush the duplicates, finishing 7 in just a day was a lot of pressure. He left a few things out. Some of them weren't as complete as he had been hoping. Exploiting golems was a tricky business at the best of times. He gathered up the clay from the one that had been hit. He had, at least, enjoyed seeing Ruiz Duchamp's body limply fall apart, and put it back together into his van. He walked back to the builder, who was busy planting his building seeds in the ground. About time. Just let out the copies. I saw them run through. Perfect likenesses. Good job. Cheers. Your building's ready to go? Should be in a few minutes. Give me the recording. There'll be a PA system running through the place as it grows. The sculptor handed over a cassette tape. You're kidding me. What? I was expecting a CD. I can't use this. Fuck. Hang on, I'll call him. Get him to come in. The sculptor spun around, yanking his smartphone from his pocket and dialing the composer's number. It rang twice before getting through. Hello? Sam, you gave me a cassette. Yeah? And? We need a CD. Fuck. Yeah, that's what I said. Alright, okay, I can burn it onto a CD here and be down in like an hour. Not enough time. Can you email it? Yeah, but I've still got to transfer it to my computer. I've only got it on tape form. Should take about 5 minutes. You've got a CD burner? Not yet, but there's an electronics store 2 blocks away. Brilliant. I'll send it through the second it's done. Great, bye. The sculptor angrily pressed the end call button. Alright, builder, get started here. I've got to go buy a CD burner, I'll be back real fucking soon. And remember, you see Deschamps? You punch the asshole's lights out. Got it? Got it. On the other side of the city, Ruse Deschamps was pacing in his studio. He wondered if Felix was enjoying himself. Overgang Dude was fiddling with his computers when Joey walked up behind him. OG, what's up? You're what's up, asshat? What? Sorry, but look at this. Joey looked at the row of CRT screens glowing dimly. All of them displayed the Book of Tamlin on the screens. What? The programs got stuck on your name. It's not changing for anyone else. Dang, why? If I knew that, it wouldn't be a fucking problem, would it? Have you tried turning it? Don't you dare finish that fucking sentence. That did not work. I don't know. Slice of banana? What does it taste like? Lemons. Sure. Overgang took a piece of banana and threw it in his mouth. The bushy banana texture and tangy lemon flavor were flawlessly fused into a mouthful of impossible food. That's pretty good. That's what everyone's been saying, yeah. Anyway, I really need to fix it before imposters! The duplicates of Overgang Dude and Joey Tamlin yelled in unison from across the courtyard. Overgang turned to Joey. Were you expecting this? Nope. Well, gotta roll with the punches. Hey, clone of me and whatever, get over here. I need some help. The duplicates looked at one another and then walked over. Alright, I've been having trouble getting this to work. I've tried Overgang's duplicate, punch him in the face, knocking his sunglasses to the ground. Overgang rubbed his jaw. Joey and his duplicate looking on. The original stood up, plucking an almost flawless copy of his sunglasses from the face of his duplicate, and then placing them on the bridge of his own nose. You're right, evil clone. I haven't just tried hitting it yet. Silly me, can I borrow you for a second? Overgang grabbed his duplicate's skull, driving it into one of the CRT monitors, and showering glass into the ground. The duplicate twitched as sparks and smoke rose from the dusty box. The original pulled his duplicate from the wreckage, placing his hands on the duplicate's shoulders, bending him over, and brutally kneeing him in the chest. The golem's eyes opened wide, breath thrust from its lungs, and then Overgang followed up with another knee, and another, and another. He roughly pushed the copy to the ground, and then lifted his leg and stomped down on its ribcage with a resounding crunch. The duplicate shuddered and rolled over, illusion collapsing slowly around it. The original took a run up, and then kicked the head clean off his copy before it collapsed to raw clay. Overgang pushed his trademark glasses up the bridge of his nose. Fucking golems. Can't even throw a proper punch. Now. Overgang turned, grinning madly, to Joey and the stunned duplicate. Which of you is the copy? Joey showed his full platter of banana slices. The duplicate looked pleadingly at the original. Fucking hell, aren't you lot supposed to be artists? Joey clanged the metal platter against his copy's face. Hold on. Fuck. You lot. Is Joey supposed to be British? Have you given him the wrong accent this entire damn time? Once again, Krystian, I am so sorry. Too late now. And then kick to the groin. He grabbed its shoulders and kicked its knee, bending it unnaturally backwards and forcing his doppelganger to the ground. No, we're anartists. He stomped on the copy's skull, squashing it flat to the pavement. Joey walked over to Overgang, high-fiving him and still dizzily happy from the adrenaline rush. The surrounding crowd began to cheer at what they thought was a well-choreographed fight sequence, lauding praise on the artisanry of the duplicates. Overgang decided to capitalize on the attention. Now that that's over, is there a coder in the audience? The sculptor walked into the electronics store, moving straight to the counter. Hello? A middle-aged man appeared from the back room. Yo. Hey, where do you keep the CD burners? What, like, by themselves? Yeah, in like an enclosure or something? Well, they got DVD and Blu-ray burners. Nothing for playing old CDs these days. Fuck! Hey, no swearing in my store. Do you have anything that could burn a CD? Well, I think one of our pre-built towers has a burner in it. Can you take the burner out for me? Afraid not. Whatever. How much for the tower? Hang on, let me check. The manager walked into the back room. The sculptor impatiently tapped his foot, walking over to the rack behind him and pocketing a 5-packer writable CDs while the manager was gone. After a few more excruciating minutes, the manager returned, lugging a large black computer tower in his hands. He placed it onto the counter. Well, here you go. This is a CD burner in it? Yep, that'll be... The sculptor discharged his firearm into the manager's head, blood and brain spattering on the wall behind. He pushed the corpse from the counter and then pulled the tower over, power cord trailing behind. He moved over to one of the demonstration desks, carelessly throwing notebooks to the ground and resting the tower on the table. He fetched an LCD monitor, keyboard, and mouse from around the store, paying no attention to the body slowly bleeding dry. Slowly the computer whirred to life. While he shoved the Ethernet cable into the thing, he looked at the screen as it suddenly flashed on. The sculptor mashed the keyboard, signed in as a guest, opened the default web browser, accessed his emails, downloaded the composer's CD image, and then burned it all. 5 discs in his pocket. May as well have spares, he thought. He strode out the front door, turning the sign on the front to close as he left. The body was not found until morning. You sat with Asshole and Hero, dutifully entering your confirmation code into the prototype art bomb. You and Hero had spent most of the last few weeks working on the intervals of the expansion mechanism, while Asshole was the one who actually coordinated the colors involved. Hero and Asshole entered the codes. Everyone backed away, and the apostle mechanism turned itself inside out. You started the conversation. This one's safe, right? It's all disabled. Asshole pushed her index finger into the color burst, pulling it out and showing you a perfectly intact, albeit bright pink, digit. See? Perfectly safe. Hero kept tapping on his phone, still hardwired to the point of origin within the slowly expanding Technicolor sphere. Readings are looking good. Everything seems to be stable. Speed it up a bit. All right, hang on. Hero swiped his fingers across the touchscreen, and the ball began to grow even more. Readings are still fine. Let me just... Imposter! You looked across the courtyard and saw someone who looked almost exactly like Arsehole. That Arsehole, standing behind you, took the firearm you holstered in your pocket and promptly shot the duplicate twice in the head, whereupon it collapsed into clay. Shoved the firearm back, and you reholstered it gingerly. The trigger was now dyed the same pink as her finger was. Come on, Hero. Bigger. Bigger. The sculptor returned to see the builder's seats had constructed a white marble hall around the west courtyard. The edges were slowly weaving outwards past the alleyways, blocking the natural moonlight and replacing it with flickering fluorescence. You got the CD? I got 5. Here. Fantastic. The builder took one of the CDs and placed it into a small slot in the marble. The composer's song started to play. The entrancing classical music bounced harmonically around the marble walls. Well, at least you got that bit right. Yeah, sounds damn good. You tell you what it does? Vaguely put, degrades comparative artistic respect. It'll make people hate the other pieces. Well, that should be fun to watch. Yep, once the building actually contains more stuff, it'll start criticizing them specifically. I've got to oversee the growth of the building for now, make sure it doesn't suck anyone into the walls or something stupid. Cool, I'll go check on... The painter ran through the expanding marble corridor, heading straight for the pair. That fucker's here. Who? Duchamp? Not Duchamp, you twat. The British fucker, smearing stencils all over my stuff. Shit. Have you told janitor? Can't find the janitor. Shit. Alright, here's a pistol. Track him down. Shoot the bastard. I can't shoot for shit, man. You know I'm bad with guns. Alright. I'll deal with him myself. You stay within the building. Put up some of that stuff in here. Do your thing. Got it. Thanks, man. The sculptor walked out from the marble flooring to the uneven, pebbled alleyway. If you wanted something done right, you had to shoot people to do it. You're not even the least bit curious who sent them? I'm more curious about why I can't get the stuff to work! Joey and Overgang sat sucking banana-tasting lemon slices. The clay bodies of the golems sat untouched. Seriously, I can't think of anyone who actually wants us dead. Well, us, specifically at least. Well, after Critic's lot, we're probably the biggest game in town. You don't think the Critic did this, do you? Oh, hell no. He's not an idiot. If he wanted us dead, he'd at least do it cleanly. Wait, should we maybe check on the others? Make sure they're all okay? Yeah, they're probably fine. Everyone here can take care of themselves. True, I just want to know... Honk! I don't even know what it is. It's in the script. It's in the script. I'm doing the script. Alright, top-hatted not-Eve robot me. We made a pretty awesome duet. High five! And he slapped the hand of her duplicate golem and new friend. It was like she found the sister she never had. Okay, our next song's a nice, soft honk. I'm doing it every time. I'm going to do it every time, I swear. We're going critical! You braced yourself as the art bomb exploded outwards in a flash of color, coating the courtyard with technicolored ooze. Hero wiped the blue from his face, glad that it had worked, while Arsehole jumped and cleared it, demanded it do it again. You started to say something, but then... honk. Felix continued making his way through the crowd, then suddenly bumped into a towering black figure. Apologies, Oh, hello, old friend. The janitor turned around, gas mask filter buzzing. And, Greetings, Felix. Long time no see. Enjoying yourself? I'm on watch tonight. This is not a safe place. Felix chuckled. I've been in less safe places, friend, don't you? Honk! Rita continued her show. Thousands of invisible spiders crawled around a miniature circus, juggling lint balls, bending paper clips, and least impressively of all, swinging unforeseen from trapezes. Next time, she thought, she should dip them in paint before bringing them along. That, or knit some tiny jumpsuits. She held her finger for one to climb on when... honk! Breeze or Chomp heard a sound in the distance. Honk! The sculptor stalked his prey as slowly as possible. He had seen the figure deface 2 sets of posters and knew the location of the next one he would be targeting. He started running down a back street, planning to overtake when... honk! The painter was putting his post inside the builder's grown exhibition hall. The composer's music played in the background. Hang on, if I put these up inside here, isn't the music going to make everyone hate them anyway? Honk! The critic heard a sound in the distance. Honk! Tangerine sat near his work, watching the delicate flavors fluctuate. Watching the delicate colors fluctuate. My mistake. Even though he was an agent, he still enjoyed creating art. He enjoyed messing with the fabric of reality. It always had an air of romance to it, and from here he had gained the appreciation for it. Perhaps, after they let him go, he could find a nice little cottage in the hills and paint landscapes. But of course, after what he'd seen here, how could simple painting ever compare? He'd seen prodigies craft miracles with nothing more than their fingertips, and as much as he'd been told he was a bad thing to do over and over again, through GOC training, through the Foundation, all he'd seen was happy people, making each other happy through honk. Agent Green approached the corpse pile. It was smack bang in the central courtyard. He mentally assigned it as primary cleanup priority. He'd have to check all the people in there, find out who they actually were, inform next of kin. It'd be a long, arduous task, but someone had to do it. Green didn't mind, it was important work. He was making a difference. Long, drawn out honk. Green looked up from the blasting horn noise from above. A bulging red balloon was suspended from the building tops, an enormous speaker stuck to the bottom. He instinctively moved his hand to his pistol, tightening his grip. The speaker spouted a heavily distorted voice message. Hey guys, sorry I couldn't make it, but I'm sure you understand. You know, things to do, people to kill. Some of you have gotten to know me intimately over the last few days, and you know I've really enjoyed creeping the fuck out of you. But it's about time to end this shitty little charade. Agent Green was well and truly spooked. The speaker would be loud enough to be heard through the entire city. I'm not as crazy as I seemed, or rather, I'm as crazy as I seemed and quite a bit more. I'm going to be honest here. The corpses didn't even make that comfortable a seat. But once you get one, you've just got to collect them all, am I right? Anyway, sorry to have misled you, but I've frankly no interest in your little gang anymore. You're boring, you're blasé, you're fucking bland. There's one little thing that I think I'll keep from our exchanges, though. I've always wanted a catchphrase. Agent Green prepared himself for the worst. Snip, snip, snip. With the final snip, the balloon fell. It moved downwards, almost in slow motion, directly hitting the center of the corpse pile. The sides bulged and the balloon popped from the impact, a minty green ooze bursting from within. He had prepared himself for the worst, but he had not prepared himself for this. Agent Green had only one horrified thought running through his head. Dead bodies. Randomini. Oh, Randomini, you're good. Well, Krystian, it's very late, but consider this my very sincere thank you for the help that you gave me all those years ago. It got me through a really tough time. And hopefully, with this, if you ever do get to see this, it helps you and it encourages you. Thank you again. And I hope you enjoy your new year. And to everyone else, remember, the new year is upon us. There's a lot to be done, We're doing it together. Peace.